Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miss Lee Ann. Welcome to Sewing Wednesdays with me. Okay, so the first thing that I feel like is so important that if you're a beginner, you really need these is sewing pins, and they come differently. Like, forgive me, mine are mixed up because let me tell you a fact. These things get lost a lot. So yeah, because I've lost a lot of them, so I keep buying new ones. So you really need pins, and there's these ones. They come these ones, and I find these ones with the round ball that are colorful, much sharper. Now, the next most important thing that every beginner should have is a fabric scissors. And a fabric scissors is different from a normal scissors because it cuts fabric so it's sharp. It's sharper than sharp. And don't ever let anyone borrow the scissors, because if anyone uses it for any other reasons, your scissors will become blunt. It would definitely become blunt. So get yourself a fabric scissors. The next most important thing that you need to have, now forgive mine broke before I started filming, is a Tailors Chalk. I'm gonna put a picture right here of what a Tailors Chalk actually looks like when it's full. So you need to get a Tailors Chalk, but if you can't get one, you can get chalk, like chalk that you use on a chalkboard, which I also find very helpful. But sometimes I feel like when you drawing is a bit thick, but this one is more accurate. It when you're drawing your lines, it's much thinner. And chalk is so cheap. Like, you can get this at China Mall for probably 2 rand or 3 rand. Very cheap. You guys, this next thing is so important. Who is so important because when you're sewing, and as a beginner, I'm still a beginner, though I've been sewing for a year, but I found it very important to have is this, and that is a seam reaper. A seam reaper is so important, you guys. It's just natural that we make mistakes. We sew mistakes. We may stitch wrongly with our sewing machine. So what a seam reaper does is that you kind of, as the name says, you kind of reap what you sow. Ooh, yes, you're reaping what you're sowing. That's what it's for. Next thing that you need to have is a tracing wheel, which I find very important. Is when you make a bodice, you need to like trace your bodice when you want to create patterns and everything. I really find this very helpful. But if you don't, I didn't have this at the beginning when I was sewing. I would usually remake my bodices, but I really find that this is very important to have so that you don't have to keep making your bodices, and all you have to do is just trace it. Now, as you can see, these colorful little beautiful things, I really love them. They're called threads. I find it's actually the most important thing that you need to have when you're sewing. And it's good that you need to keep different colors as you get different fabrics, material. There's different colors. You're obviously going to have to get a suiting color for the material. So you need to have threads, and they are very cheap. I buy mine at China Mall, and they go for like 5 rand, 4 rand, depending on the size that you want. So if you love sewing, get yourself lots and lots of colors of these. The next thing that I find very important is this brown paper, and you can get these for, like, forgive me, it's a bit messed up because I've been using it a lot, but I find this very essential for making your patterns, to sew patterns with. And it's also very thin, like when you're putting it on your material or fabric, you can easily pin it on your fabric and cut out. So it's very important to have this to make your patterns. I absolutely love this so much because it just makes my life real easy. Next thing that you need is a 1 meter ruler. Now, this is the 1 meter I have, and trust me, it's so affordable to get. Again, you can buy it at China Mall. I think I got this for, I think, 18 rand, 20 rand. It's so affordable, and it's very essential when you want to make your full body bodice. And also you need a longer ruler to kind of measure longer stuff, so it's really helpful. So in terms of rulers, yes, you do need a 30 centimeter ruler. And what I have as well, I have this is a 40, what is this? This is a 42 centimeter ruler. And I find this very essential because sometimes this is too long and you need something smaller, or if you need something smaller, you can use your 30 centimeter ruler. And while we're busy talking about rulers, I really find this another thing very helpful is to have curved rulers. And they're very helpful like when you want to make necklines, like round necklines, or do your armholes because they're like semicircle in a way, or the crotch of your pants, to design those. So these are very, very, very important. Last but not least, you need measuring tape. It's so important. I mean, I think you can obviously think why it's so important. You use it to kind of measure yourself, and also you can use it as a ruler. And the fact that it's really, 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 really long, it's very helpful in so many ways. And the last thing you obviously need to get your sewing life together is a sewing machine, which I'm sure you can get it anywhere per se. Like we have Take a Lot, Amazon. You can use those to get your own sewing machine, or if you have any local stores, you can get your own sewing machine. As you can see, guys, sewing does not, well, yes, sewing has a lot of things that it needs, but you don't need too much. I mean, for example, if you can't get a brown paper, you can use newspaper. You can always find alternatives to use. Sewing is not that hard, you guys. It was scary to start, but if you are new, trust me, just start. Just start, and it'll be an amazing journey. So these are the simple things that you just need when it comes to sewing, and I kind of showed you the cheap things that you need. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, please give this video for me a thumbs up for me, and I'll see y'all in the next video.